Good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Urmila Gite, presently working in Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Shrimati Vimlaben Kimji Tejukaya, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Devdali Camp. This session is for second year Bcom student, 2019 pattern, CBS pattern, semester 4th. Topic, subject name is Corporate Accounting, chapter 3rd. Topic is Liquidation on Companies. Now, this is the recap. In last lecture, we studied the absorption of companies. What is absorption? Its meaning. What is vendor company? Many types of purchase consideration, process of accounting absorption, accounting treatments, and etc. After that, now the session agenda. In this lecture, we are going to learn the format of liquidator's final statement of account, to solve the practical problem on liquidation of companies, and what is the detailed format in this going to session agenda. After that, learning objective. The learning objective means to know the format of liquidator's final statement of account, to understand how to solve the practical problem on liquidation of companies. This is the learning objective. Now, what is liquidation? And liquidation means winding up of company. Winding up of company means assets converted into cash or realized amount, or cash converted into liquidity. After that, we are going to payment on liability side. This is the receipt side of and format of liquidators of final statement of account. Name of the company is given in the problem. Date of winding up, that is maybe it can be March, it can be December, etc. Means it is also given in the practical problem. This is the receipt side, estimated value, value realized. Receipts means cash collected from the liquidators. Estimated value, it is given in the problem. Balance sheet amount is also calculate the estimated value. And value realized, it is given in the adjustments in the problem. First is assets. Cash at bank, it is given on balance sheet, cash in, and it is the asset side, means all assets is realized after the realization or winding up of the company. Cash at bank, cash in hand, marketable securities, bills receivables, trade debtors, loans and advances, stock in trade, work in progress, freehold property, leasehold property, plant and machinery, patents, trades, furniture, fixtures, investments, surplus from securities, and unpaid calls. These are the assets of the company. And liability side or payment side, this is the format and this is the order of sequence payment in the winding up of the companies. First order of payment is legal charges, then liquidators remuneration, it is decided by the court, unctioners and valuers charges, expenses of liquidation, payment of debenture. If debenture holder is given in the problem and without interest, we can calculate the interest while the winding up. Payment of preferential creditors, payment of unsecured creditors, payment to preferential creditors, and last payment going to equity shareholders who is owner of the company. This is the problem, practical problem. Now we will come on the actual practical problem on liquidation of companies. The Goodluck Limited Company Bikaner went into liquidation as on 31st March 2020 and the balance sheet as on that date. The balance sheet is given in this format: liabilities, assets, rupees. First is share capital. 15,000 preference shares of rupees 10 each fully paid. The 15,000 one preference shares value is rupees 10. 10 into 15,000 is equal to 1,50,000. Next is 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 7 paid up. The difference is first preference share is fully paid up, but equity shareholders fully paid is not there, only rupees 7 paid is mentioned here. It means 20,000 into 10 is equal to 20,000 will be there, but the 7 rupees paid up, that's why the 20,000 into 7 is equal to 1,40,000. After that, secured loan from bank. The loan taken from bank against the stock of material which is in the asset side. We will see in the next solution problem. Next is preferential creditors 1,200, unsecured creditors 1,01,800, and asset side is cash in hand, stock of raw materials 50,000, which is loan taken from the bank rupees 38,000. After that, asset size, stock of finished goods 1,50,000, other asset is 1,45,000, Profit and loss 76,000. Profit and loss is fictitious asset. That's why we can't consider here while the solution of practical. Next is adjustment. Adjustment, first adjustment, assets realized. First is stock of raw material realized by the bank. This is the very important stock of raw material realized by bank, not realized by the liquidator appointed by the court. Rupees 30,000, then stock of finished goods is rupees 80,000 and other asset is 20,000. But in the balance sheet amount is stock of raw material is, we can see here in balance sheet, stock of raw material is rupees 50,000, but the asset is realized by bank rupees 30,000. Stock of finished goods is also in balance sheet amount, means estimated value of stock of finished goods is, we can see here 1,50,000, but the amount is realized by the liquidator of the company, that is 80,000. Same other asset is rupees realized 20,000. Second adjustment is the liquidator is entitled to a fixed remuneration of rupees 1,000 plus 3% of assets realized by him only. This is also important point because the remuneration of liquidator is fixed by the code. First is fixed remuneration is fixed 1,000 plus 3% of the assets realized by him only. Him is very important because the above adjustment number 1 is mentioned here कि stock of raw material realized by bank, not by liquidator. That's why the 30,000 is not included in the amount realized by him or liquidator. It means amount realized by him means liquidator is 20,000 plus 80,000 is equal to 1 lakh, and we can calculate the 3% only on 1 lakh. After that, the liquidation expenses of liquidation amounted to rupees 1,000, 11,000. And fourth, last adjustment is preference shares are preferential as regards capital repayment. It means the first preference while payment, the preference shareholders given to the shareholders. Okay. Now we can turn to solution. This is the liquidators of financial statement. Name of the company is given in the problem, that is Good Luck Limited Company. Date of winding up, it is also given in the problem, that is 31st March 2020. This is the receipt side. We can already see the receipt side is the collection of the liquidity of cash. First is whichever is items given in the balance sheet, we can replace here only in receipt side. First is cash balance in hand, which is given in the balance sheet. Estimated value is 10,000 and value amount is realized only 10,000. There is no changes in cash balance. After that, to realize amount on sale of assets. Which assets are realized while winding up? That is, we can see here balance sheet first. This is the balance sheet. The first, there is a cash in hand, then stock of raw material. But stock of raw material taken from loan from the bank rupees 38,000. After that, the asset realized, cash in hand is first, second is stock of raw material, this is the loan from bank, and finished goods, the estimated value in the balance sheet 1,50,000 and the value realized is rupees only 80,000. That is the realized amount. After that, other assets. Other assets in balance sheet is already given in 1,45,000, but the assets realized only rupees 20,000. That is very important. The realized value amount is very important. Last and third receipts is to call from contributories. Contributories means preference shareholders and equity shareholders. The preference shareholders is already fully paid up, but equity shareholders is only rupees 7 paid up. That's why we call from contributors, means equity shareholders collected on 20,000 equity shares, rupees 3 per share. It means 20,000 into rupees 3 is equal to 60,000 amount will be collected from the equity shareholder. This is the receipt side, and total receipt is 1,70,000 from the liquidation of winding up. And this is the payment side. The order of payment we can see last slide. First payment is only legal charges. After that, we can pay the legal remuneration, liquidators remuneration. The first point is in adjustment. Second, fixed rupees 1,000. and 3% on realized amount by the liquidator. 3% it means rupees 80,000 and rupees 20,000 realized by liquidator, that is 1 lakh, and 3% on 1 lakh is rupees 3,000. It means the fixed remuneration is 1,000 plus 3,000 is equal to 4,000 is liquidator's remuneration. Then by cost of liquidation, it is also given in the adjustment, the cost of liquidation while winding up. Winding up means the assets realized by the various companies. Then preferential creditors, it is also given in the problem 1,200. Unsecured creditors, it is also given in the balance sheet. If there is no adjustment, that's why we can, as it is figure mentioned here, 1,01,800. Loan from bank 38,000, but the loan is taken by the bank on mortgage on stock of raw material. The stock of raw materials amount in balance sheet, we can see that 50,000, but the amount realized by bank is rupees 30,000 and loan is 38,000. Then 38,000 minus 30,000 is equal to 8,000. Remaining amount, the loan is paid by the liquidators. Last payment is preference shareholders, the balancing amount paid on 15,000 preference shares. The preference shareholders is each equity or each preference share calculated while payment the liquidation. The remaining balance means total receipt is 1,70,000, but the remaining amount after the deducted of payment 44,000 is remaining. Then the preference shareholders, that is 15,000 preference share, and one preference share is cost or face value is rupees 10. It means the remaining amount is 44,000 divided by 15,000 preference shares is equal to one share is going to be 2.933 per share. Means preference shareholders giving or receiving only 2.93 rupees instead of rupees 10. This is the problem on solution. Now, this is the whole slide of solution. Means this is receipt side and this is payment side. This is payment side. This is the time for you students. Student assignment is also given in the lectures while you are present here, but now we are going to online method, so student assignment is also very important for your same problem solution and getting more knowledge. While solution the problem, you are know how to solve the problems. Receipt side is very important. How many amounts realized from the liquidators of the company, and payment, what is the payment side, the payment order of given by the code, that is very important. Now you can solve the number of types of problems in student assignment for getting your more knowledge. Now you simultaneously read the various types of liquidation of winding up companies theories, like modes of payment, purchase consideration, what is the type of purchase consideration, and number of theoretical problems you can solve in students assignment. And while assignments you solve, the summary is very important, and summarize means you can imagine what is the slides is given here, or amount realized, which amount is realized, the balance sheet amount and realized amount. You can compare both the amounts while amount realized. And order of payment, it is also very important, because order in sequence is given by the code or by the law, and all these are under supervision by the liquidators appointed by the code. The order of payment is also very important. After that, legal charges, it is also given in the problem. Order of payment is given in the format liquidators of final statement. Liquidators remuneration is various types of that is, there is two parts. First is fixed, second is 3%, 4%, 15%. It is given also in the problem. Next is expenses of liquidation. Expenses of liquidation, it can be 20,000, 25,000, 30,000. It can be minimum or maximum. There is no limit. There is a sequence, because sequence is not maintained by the liquidator, then the court is not adopt or accept this procedure under the supervision. After that, now the time is recap. Recap means we are going to focus on next lecture in statement of affairs. Statement of affairs On the second method, it is liquidation or winding up. First is liquidation on winding up, statement of liquidator's final statement. Second is statement of affairs. Statement of affairs, in that there is a vertical format. Vertical format, that is list A, list B, list C, list D, list E, F and G. This is the list is given in the statement of affairs. That is very important while solution the statement of affairs in liquidator's final statement while the winding up. List H, deficiency or surplus. It means there is a profit or there is a loss. It can be calculated under the list H. This is the pre-cap of next lecture, and we can focus on the second method of statement of affairs. This is the first method is given in the liquidation of companies. This is first method is liquidator's final statement, and second method is statement of affairs, which is focused on next lecture. Thank you.